Hi, Dyslexic Genius here, Brett Hurt. I'm working on an Edison Home and a ground-up restoration, and I want to show you how to put the gear train together and the little uniquenesses of putting one of these together. But first, I want to talk about the spacer bar here, and that's this bar here and here that holds the phonograph castings on a home together. And the problem is they get burred up here from the machine work from the factory. So if you're pulling one apart and you get all the screws out and you say, okay, it just pops apart, it should just pop apart. But the burr on this holds it together. It's like almost a press fit, and you have to kind of pull it apart. When I pulled it apart, I knew right away that these were probably forced in manufacture. You can pop it in, but the best way to do that is to...
Best way to do what?
The best way to clean this up, the piece that goes into the casting here, if it goes in and it's tight, you want to clean this up with a file. You can chuck it into your, like this.
Oh, because it has a burr or something on it?
Mm-hmm. It has a burr on it. So you chuck it into your drill. You can take 320 sandpaper or a file. You have to hold it flat like this. And you just give it a couple of rolls over like that, and that'll take the burrs off. And now it will fit in. So you want to put the support bars, the 3 bars that hold everything together, you want to put those in first, and you want them to wiggle, because everything on this wiggles together.
So those are screws holding it in place?
Screws hold it in place, but you want them loose. And I've re-blued all the screws for this motor. So now you know where everything goes. What the trick is where does the governor drive gear go? Well, we have 2 holes here, and we have 2 holes here, and that's where the belt tensioner goes. So if we know where the belt tensioner goes, we know where the governor drive gear goes, which is this gear here. So we will set the governor drive gear in, and then we will set the secondary gear in. And now we will set the spring barrel. This is where the spring barrel hooks up, and this drives the gear train, which works all the way down to the governor drive gear train. And we will put that one in. Now everything is loose, so what you'll first want to try to do is hook up one of the support rods, these things, in. So as you're putting it together, you can feel that they're in. And now you just pick this up and move that one a little. There we go. And now and that's how you put it together. You have to wiggle 6 things or 12 pieces. You have to stab.
Is it going to have screws in here?
It'll have screws in here. So then you do all this, and you put all these screws in. I'll show you in just a minute real quick. So each casting has 3 screws on each side. And when you do this, you'll find it's a little complicated with a gear train, and that's why I pointed out the governor drive gear. So you know what way that one goes in. And these 3 screws are snugged up tight. And the reason the governor drive gears are made out of brass is because the governor gear here is steel, and that keeps it quietly running. And this is with no oil. And that's how you assemble a gear train. It gets complicated, but you want to first put in the governor drive gear. You need to know where the belt tensioner is. You know, this is a lot of fun, and that's my tip for the day.